Hello and welcome to Word Project 1 lecture. Today we're going to talk about Word 2007 and we're going to make a flyer. And here is what our finished flyer will hopefully look like. Alright, so you need to open up a blank document in Word. Now, a couple of things before we get started. You'll notice that Word 2007 has a different look to it. Up at the top, instead of the regular menus, we have what is called the ribbon, and it has different tabs where the menu items once were. You can also have different views in Word. We are in right now what is called the print layout view. We can also have what's called full screen reading. We can have a web layout view, outline, and then what's called a draft. I really like to use the print layout view because I like to see how my documents are going to look when, of course, I print them out. Alright. Here we go. First thing we need to do is we're going to type the title line, Learn to Ride. So go ahead, type that in all caps. So I'm going to turn my cap lock on. And I'm also going to change the view here and kind of zoom in a little bit. So I'm at 100%. There we go. Alright. We're going to press enter. And we're going to highlight this because we would like to change the font. We're going to go to the Home tab. And we would like to change this to, it is a font called Cooper Gothic Bold. Cooper Plate Gothic Bold. We're going to go there. We're going to change the font size to, say, 8. Okay. We would also like to center it and make it bold. Not bad. Alright. Let's see. Let's look back at our thing here. Let's go ahead and type this first paragraph. I'm going to pause while you type this in. Now remember, when you're typing a paragraph, you want to type out the first line and continue typing. The cursor will automatically return using text wrap and come down to the next line. So you do not have to hit enter at the end of the first line. So go ahead, type the first paragraph, and then we will start up again. Alright, now that we've typed that first paragraph, we need to do a little formatting with it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to highlight the paragraph. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to change the font to this Cambria headings. And I'm going to change the font size to 18. We also need to make Western and English bold to draw that out and draw attention to it. And there we go. Another thing I'd like to mention is up here on the ribbon, there is a button that looks like a little paragraph symbol, and that is what's called the Show Hide button. And I'm going to click that. And what that does is it shows all of the formatting marks. Okay, the little dots are spaces. This is a hard return. Okay, another hard return. If I were to hit another enter, there's another hard return. If I were to hit a tab, that is what a tab looks like. And of course, these items will not print out. They are to help you when you are typing a paper, so you know where you've returned, where your spaces are, where your tabs are. Alright. we are going to come down here. We're going to skip the picture for now, and we're going to type these 4 lines. And don't worry about the formatting, don't worry about the bullets. Type the line, hit enter at the end of each line, because we're going to treat them as separate items. So I'm going to pause right now, and you go ahead, type those 4 lines, and then we'll come back and we will format them. Alright, we now have the rest of our text in there. And you can see how the formatting marks work. We've got a hard return at the end of each of those lines. Now, some people do not like the way that looks. Again, if you want to get rid of that, you can just go up and press the Show Hide button again. And it will remove the formatting marks. Alright, they would like these 3 lines bulleted, so I'm going to highlight those. And I'm going to come over here on the toolbar and click on the bullets button. Okay. And I'm going to put another return here. Bring that down a little bit. Get rid of that bullet. And I'm going to center this. Oops. I'm going to center this line. Alright. Now, as you can tell, Learn to Ride and the bottom one each have what's called a style. So I'm going to highlight Learn to Ride. And I'm going to come down to Style Set. And I'm going to go down here to Modern. See what that looks like. I don't like it. Instead, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use my shading tool. Click on that, bring down the drop down arrow, and they would like the background shaded in orange, so I'm going to come over here, click the orange, and I'm also going to change the font color to white, and that gives me the appearance that I'm looking for. I'm going to come down here to the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to a little lighter shade this time. There we go. Now, this line they would also like to be italicized, so I'm going to select that, come up on the toolbar, italicize, and to draw attention, they would also like this word "and" underlined. So I'll highlight it and use the underline button to underline it. There we go, looking pretty good. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to put that picture of the horse in here. I have a blank line in between the 2 paragraphs. Okay, I'm going to center that. And we're going to insert a picture from File. Okay, that is not in the clip art, but it's in one of our files. So we're going to go to the Insert menu. And we're going to click on Picture. Now follow along with me and I'll show you where the picture is. We need to go to Computer over here on the left. And this may be in a different view for you, but we are looking for the shared drive. Double click on that. High School. Computers. Toporski. Intro to Computers. And we need to open this file called Student Data Files. And we are working in Word. And let's find the picture horse and rider. So double click on that. And there we go. Now, Word 2007 has some great new features for pictures. And you'll notice when this picture is selected, up here on the ribbon, a Format menu will pop up. We hit this drop down arrow and it shows some of the different formats that we can use, and we can kind of try them out. If we just put our mouse on there, it'll automatically change the picture and kind of give us a preview of what it would look like, which is a great feature. we would like this bottom, the last one is called a metal oval. So I'm going to click on that, and it changes up my picture. I'm going to change my view to one page because I would like this flyer centered vertically from top to bottom. So I want the same amount of space up here at the top as there is at the bottom. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a space before the picture and a space after the picture. Not a space, but a return. Alright. And I'm going to select the picture, and once it's selected, you can use these resizing handles to make it a little bit bigger. You can also use this green rotation handle if you wanted to rotate it. Alright, we'll do it a little bit larger. There we go. Alright, it looks like we're pretty close here. Same amount of white space at the top as there is at the bottom. Now, the last thing we're going to do before we complete this flyer is we're going to put a page border on it to kind of dress it up. We need to go to the Page Layout tab and come over here to the Page Border button. Okay. Now we are on the Page Border tab here, and to do a page border you can have a regular box border, a shadow, 3D. They have a lot of options. You can change the style of the line, the color, the width. You can also do what is called an art border. And that's what we're going to do. And if you look under here, there is a ton of different types of art border. We're going to scroll down here a ways and try and pick, let's choose this design. Try and find that one the best you can. You see it gives you a preview over here. We can also change the color up a little bit. I'm going to hit the color drop down, and I'm going to choose this brown a little bit. We make sure it's applied to the whole document. We hit OK, and it puts in a page border for us. So, there is our flyer. The last thing we're going to do is go back to the Home tab. Make that the Review tab. And we're going to spell check our document, which is always a good thing. Click the spell check button. Spell check and grammar check is complete, so we're in good shape. And we're going to save this document to our H drive right now. So we're going to hit the Office button at the top, Save As. We're going to go to our H drive and go to your Computer 9 folder, go to your Word folder, and you can save this as Learn to Ride. And you'll notice that it has an extension here that says .docx, which is the new extension for Word 2007. And it can only be opened with Word 2007. If you would like this document to be opened with an earlier version of Word, you will need to save it as a different type. You can do that. You can hit the drop down here, and there is an option. You can save it from Word 97 to 2003, which is always a good feature. That way, if you're on one of the thin clients or your computer at home and you need to open it, you're able to. So I'm going to save that. And we are done. So that is how we make a flyer, and we've done that in Word 2007. If you need to look at this lecture again, go ahead and listen to it. If you have any questions, you can talk to your instructor. Thank you very much.